Figured it's about time for a pre-patch video. And this one will be interesting just because of the fact that Frost is currently bugged on the beta in the BTR, and that Death Chill is not really implemented right now. So the buff stacks and everything, but the spell power doesn't actually do anything. So yeah, if they fix that bug before pre-patch, then we'll have one build. If they don't fix it, we'll have another build. So for instance, we're going to just go over single tart first and AoE. If they fix the Death Chill bug, we're going to play this build in single target. Notably, we don't have the Ray Frost talents just because it allows us to press more Frost bolts and everything. So yeah, this is going to be our best build if Death Chill works in pre-patch. You're not going to do anything different in single target. You're going to play single target like normal here. Removing Ray gives you enough time to stack Death Chill on your own without really focusing on it. It's worth noting we also won't have any hero talents in pre-patch because you unlock those during questing during the War Within, so you won't have anything at all in terms of hero talents, so we're not going to talk about that. Your class tree is not really changing at all. You're definitely playing Time Anomaly, which I also don't know if they fixed the bug with Brain Freeze, where this thing would give you the Brain Freeze buff, but not a flurry charge. They might have fixed that, but, we're hoping for the best for pre-patch, really. It might be a semi-bug spec in pre-patch. And, of course, your Icy Veins in the War Within now spawns your Water Elemental when it procs from Time Anomaly, which is really, really good. Especially in AoE, you're going to want to focus on that, but we'll talk about that in a bit. And you can stack like Death Chill during your Icy Veins Time Anomaly. So again, non-bug build here. This is looking really standard. This is going to be your, if it's bugged still, you just play this build, which is essentially the same as we've been playing the entire time, except you just drop Frizz Touch for Permafrost Lances, a little bit of extra damage. You'll notice actually in the non-bug build, we take Permafrost Lances, but we don't take Freezing Winds. It's just not worth to take Freezing Winds. And Cold Front does activate Permafrost Lances. Cold Front would also activate Freezing Winds, but not that strong apparently. So yeah, nothing really to speak about here. Let's get into the AoE. So this would be our best AoE build if you are, again, if Death Chill works as it's supposed to, then this would be our best AoE build. And this does have a bit of a rotation change, which hasn't been super optimized yet, but the best I've found from like going with your DC or playing differently from a standard AoE build is like 4.5%, which is with this build. And what you're going to do essentially is when you press Icy Veins, you press Frostbolt 4 times. I mean, you're gonna Orb and Blizzard first, but then you're just gonna press Frostbolt 4 times, and then you go into like your Cone of Cold combo and do your real rotation. But yeah, every time you press Icy Veins, you just, if you're in 3 targets, you press Frostbolt 4 times, and then you're happy, really. So great, right? Great. There's probably a decent chance that a build like this might end up playing Cold Front later on if we make like more optimizations, especially target count optimizations to casting Frostbolt more, but that hasn't come up yet. So right now, this is what I would plan to play. And this is also, of all these AoE builds, the best single target one from what I looked at too. So doing pretty good here. And you get the exciting rotation change of pressing Frostbolt 4 times. It's worth noting also when you use your Icy Veins proc from Time Anomaly, you also want to spam Frostbolt a little bit. But in that case, it's only going to be 2 or 3 times. You want to kind of stop it when you have like 5 seconds left on this Icy Veins, so you have time to actually spend your Death Chill procs on other things. And like I said earlier, Water Elemental comes from Icy Veins now. Freeze is going to be a lot more available to you because of that, and it's really important, especially in AoE, when you're glacial spiking, to freeze in the last like 0.5 seconds of it. Most notably if you know that the targets are freezable, which is either from knowledge or I have a couple weak auras now that you can use. This is the one for Season 4 and before, and I've made a new plater mod, sorry, it's not weak aura, it's plater mod for the War Within, and this one is going to just mark the freeze immune enemies because those are the ones you normally want to prioritize so you can flurry on them. And as a mod, it shouldn't be overridden as much. And it's also it uses MDT data, so it's going to be something that's evergreen, that it's going to require you to have MDT installed and like turned on so we can actually read the dungeon data and change this. But it has the same settings as my other one where you can change the health bar border and name color and everything. So I'd recommend trying one of these two out if you're looking at playing Frost, especially for the War Within. This one should work continuously, and this is when I'm going to be updating. So yeah. Still a very important factor of our rotation at the moment because our season 3, season 4, 2 set. We'll see how that looks in the War Within. I'll update you on that when the War Within video comes out. And then obviously, if Death Chill's still bugged, this is the build we take, which is, again, very standard, right? Nothing really changes if you pick this build up. Your just Ice Lances are doing a little bit more damage because you're Permafrost Lances, so yeah. Death Chill not being bugged would make things a little interesting, but aside from that, nothing's really happening. But yeah, that's really the only rotation change we have at the moment. If anything changes or updates, I'll put it in the comments below. I was going to show you, I guess it logged back in. I was going to show you, a bit of the rotation change, but again, it's just like here you would press Frostbolt 4 times and then do your AOE rotation. I can still show you that. That's all right. Do this really quick. But yeah, this is going to have Frostfire talents enabled, so anyway. But yeah, so you would still Blizzard and Orb, and I'm going to have an instant proc because of this, because I'm doing some beta because PTR wasn't launching, but you see Blizzard, Orb, Icy Veins, then yeah, Frostbolt, Frostbolt, Blizzard, and then, do your kind of gold combo. But yeah, this would be better if I was doing Veldrak and everything, so yeah. Yeah, pretty simple, pretty simple. That's it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I don't know if I'll make ones for the other specs, but at least for Frost, this should be kind of everything you really need to know for pre-patch. And yeah, look forward to seeing you all later.